short daily articulation and presentation tips, including a whole load of information on phonation, resonation, inflection, projection, breathing and reading, correct intonation for conversation, and all sorts of things in Get a Better Broadcast, Podcast and Video Voice. Hello, I'm Peter Stewart. And yeah, we're talking about intonation over the last few weeks, for the next couple of weeks as well. Talking about grammar glue. So yesterday I explained what grammar glue was. These are the linking words that go between the meaningful words that you want to highlight, that you want to colour in a sentence, because they are the words which help make the story a story. And we looked at the different ways of saying words like and, which could be and, it could be and, it could be n, and also the or the, and the different occasions where you might change the pronunciation of that, and the different circumstances where you may want to highlight the or and, the different kind of circumstances you want to draw attention to those short linking words where normally you wouldn't. Today, Grammar Glue Part 2, as Get a Better Broadcast, Podcast and Video Voice continues. And today, looking at the word or. Now, and or are often two sides of the same coin. And is often giving additional information, whereas or usually suggests options or alternatives are available. So in a simple either or phrase, the or is often subdued to allow the basic options either side to be coloured. You can have chicken or fish. Now we're dropping the word or there. We're highlighting the two different options on offer, chicken or fish. But in a more complicated sentence, where there are two sets of options compared with two more, you might want to highlight the or to be a kind of pivot point in the options. So remember our holidaying friends from a week or so ago who are working out where to go on their day trips? Yeah? So what about this sentence? So, if you want to go to the museum now, I'll meet you there. Or come with me to the shop and we'll go to the museum together. There's quite a bit going on there, isn't there? If you want to go to the museum now, I will meet you there. Or come with me to the shop and we'll go to the museum together. Quite a bit of balancing going on. So there's a few minutes on the word or. A couple of letters can have a big influence in how you say it and what the meaning is that is picked up by the listener. From or to of. Some of the oil refineries in the Gulf have shut down ahead of the arrival of the hurricane. So hopefully, if you are looking at that sentence in the show notes, you, like me, will lift oil refineries, Gulf, shut down, hurricane. Yeah? Some of the oil refineries in the Gulf have shut down ahead of the arrival of the hurricane. Now, what about the next sentence that's also in your show notes? Why don't you pause this podcast for a moment and look at that slightly long version of the same story and try and work out what you would do with it. Okay, welcome back. So hopefully you've had a chance to look at the longer version of the story about the hurricane. Now all I've done is add an extra couple of sentences to the start of the report, so some of what you previously highlighted as new information may now be old information, and so your intonation will therefore change. Let's give that a go. Emergency services in southern American states are bracing themselves for winds of up to 80 miles an hour as Hurricane Pete heads their way. Ships in the Gulf of Mexico are in particular danger. Some of the oil refineries in the Gulf have shut down ahead of the arrival of the hurricane. Yeah? So you're lifting oil refineries and shut down and arrival, but you're not stressing hurricane or Gulf, because that's old information. We've already heard about that in the previous sentence. Now, some people will lift other grammar glue words instead, such as in and of. And they might say, Some of the oil refineries in the Gulf have shut down ahead of the arrival of the hurricane. And the thinking seems to be, I've talked about the hurricane and the Gulf, so I can't stress those words again. I know, I'll stress in and of instead. And sorry to say, after a while, the thought process is no longer necessary because stressing prepositions becomes second nature. And wrong. No. You very rarely stress prepositions in and of. How bad does that sound? Let's give you the wrong version, followed by the right version. Some of the oil refineries in the Gulf have shut down ahead of the arrival of the hurricane. No, it should be, some of the oil refineries in the Gulf have shut down ahead of the arrival of the hurricane. Yeah? Yeah. Any doubts, any questions, concerns? Then get in touch with me via Twitter, TWEETERSTEWART. Tweeter Stewart on Twitter, Peter Stewart in real life, and London is my location. Back tomorrow with more.